It's the nightcap coming up. Last game of the night. I'm Bridger Cruz. With me, Eric Allgood. And Eric, I don't think you're... Have we thought about this? It is 7:57. There's less than 3 minutes to go.
Yes, sir.
We are on the dot on time.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you what. That's good refereeing.
Yes, that's
all day.
Yes,
all day, and the fact that we get right into the warm-ups and and the pace of the game doesn't need to be slow, right? In fact, I think that has probably helped all of these teams today keep the pace of the game. And when I mean pace of the game, I'm not talking about the actual gameplay. I'm talking about the time down between plays has been really good today. Fun nightcap, one that as soon as the lineup was announced back in August, it was kind of like, ooh, that's going to be fun. Doniphan-Trumbull in Class C1, not C2 this year, C1 this year, just got knocked off for the first time last night by Central City, who we saw earlier today pick up a win over
Grand Island Central Catholic.
Over GICC, yes, thank you.
And they looked good.
They looked good.
good.
Didn't look great through three quarters, but looked really good in the fourth quarter.
Yes, in the fourth quarter, they looked great. In the first three quarters, it was, how did this team beat Doniphan-Trumbull?
Yep, so Doniphan-Trumbull 4-1 on their season. They've got a young, explosive group of athletes, though, led by Jack Poppy, the 6'2 sophomore. He is going to he is a show runner. You don't usually see freshmen be the show runners. You can see freshmen, be nice scorers or, big kid, right? Jack Poppy, he's built just a little bit different. He is a different kind of ball handler than what most Class C1 and C2 schools will see. And he's in his second year starting at the varsity level. A lot of fun to watch. Dedamore can run. Collison can run. Volk, Williams, these guys are big. They will be lengthy. They're still youthful. They're still going to be it's going to be a tough road to hoe, but this is a senior-laden Roncalli team that's been through the Class B fires. They're 3-1 so far this year. Their only loss to the top-ranked team in Class C1, Omaha Concordia, in overtime, 54-52. So it's a good Roncalli team. It's a good Doniphan-Trumbull team. This should be a fun up-and-down-the-floor matchup.
And this is crazy. I didn't even notice this. Roncalli, every single person on their team is a senior except for little Brady McGill.
And we got a freshman. And we do have to say little Brady because there is big Brady in the starting lineup.
And it's not that just their first names are Brady. It's that their last names are McGill as well.
And they spell them the same way.
Exact same way. So if they're related, my biggest question to the parents is, because even if they're cousins, did we not communicate when we were naming kids? Because one's a senior, one's a freshman.
Well, Big Brady was born first, so you got to put this all on Brady number two's parents.
Yeah, that's
at that point.
That's what I'm thinking. Little Brady's parents, what were we thinking? But let's look at our starting lineups first. For Omaha Roncalli, it's number 4, Hunter Giles, a 6-foot-tall senior. Number 10, Christian Swift, a 6'1" senior. Number 12, Zarion Rankins, a 6'2" senior. Number 14, Brooks Shetler, a 6'4" senior. And number 30, Big Brady McGill, a 6'3" senior. And for Doniphan-Trumbull, we'll talk about them after the PA guy is done talking about those starters. Then we'll get to Doniphan-Trumbull. But Roncalli, like you said, talk about senior leadership. That's all there is. And when talking to Omaha Roncalli's coaches, what they told me is, we just got to play Roncalli basketball, and these kids have been playing basketball with each other for as long as they can remember. And for Doniphan-Trumbull, it's number 0, Jack Poppy, a 6'2" sophomore. Number 2, Caden Dedamore, a 5'9" senior. Number 11, Jake Collinson, a 6'4" senior. Number 23, Parker Volk, a 6'4" sophomore. And number 44, Jaden Williams, a 6'2" senior. So those are the starters for both teams. Now we talk about Doniphan-Trumbull coming off a loss to Central City. And that is going to probably be a conference championship matchup as well. So those teams will see each other quite a bit. But when I asked the coach, how are the kids afterwards? How do they recover? Because sometimes a loss like that, teams take a while to recover. And when talking to Doniphan-Trumbull's coaches, they said it shoot around all the kids. It was like short-term memory loss. You just forget about it, on to the next game. And this is a big one.
Doniphan-Trumbull in the white, Roncalli in the maroon. And off we go.
So Shetler winning the tip for Roncalli. DT manning a nice student section. One of the bigger ones we've seen today. Hastings, what, only 15 minutes, or Doniphan only, what, 15 minutes away?
Oh, like 12 miles.
Yeah, 12 miles. Yeah, so not very far. Good shot, but it misses. That's Zarion Rankins. So now that's DT down the other end.
Volk skip pass off Rankins.
Yeah, trying to get it into the hands of Jack Poppy, but also watch out for Caden Dedamore. He had 18 last night. He was the guy for Doniphan-Trumbull last night. And you know, he's only 5'9", but he plays like he's 6'3". There's a lot of confidence in him, and he, you know, when you're 5'9", you need it. That ball's gonna be blocked. Jaden Williams couldn't get there. Then right inside, good pass. Williams will finish, but Dedamore threading the needle to get it done.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch. How does Doniphan-Trumbull play? Can they get full court pressure on Roncalli and force a turnover, and they get another stop actually in the half court too?
Yeah, another turnover I guess that'd be the first turnover for Roncalli. And Doniphan off to a nice start here. Poppy's got another good pass into Jaden Williams. Williams looked like he got blocked by Brooks Shetler, but a little bit too much contact.
Yep, Shetler got a little body, I think, on that one. Otherwise, the block up top was pretty good.
Of the half on Doniphan-Trumbull, Jake Williams at the line for the Cardinals.
So both free throws, just one free throw.
Yep.
Falls through for Williams. And last night, Williams was kind of quiet. DT wasn't looking to him quite a bit, but tonight, that's 2 early passes to him already. So now Roncalli setting it back up. That's a good strip for Poppy. Fast break down the other end. Volk, the nice lay in. An adjustment midway through to go right. He's right-handed. Wasn't trying to go in on the left side.
Hanging up there in the air. Dedamore knocks another dribble away from Rankins.
And
Roncalli, though, recovers.
Deep three off the glass and then bouncing off of Jaden Williams. He's the second player we've seen with the Sully on today.
Right, yeah, that's some loose shoulders out here in the heart of the Plains.
It's that tough football we play out here.
Absolutely.
Old school football. Inside, good adjustment midway through the shot, foul called. That's Hunter Giles headed to the line.
Cardinal foul, number 11, Jake Collison, his first personal foul. First team foul of the quarter for Doniphan-Trumbull.
And foul called on Jake Collinson. It's not Collison, it's Collinson. That one took me a little while to get used to yesterday. Giles misses the first. And we've seen teams take a little bit longer to get started. We saw GI, even in that last game, take a little bit longer to get started. St. Cecilia as well, but that first free throw falls through. And it's been free throws for both those teams, and now for Roncalli that we talked about. It was free throws that got him going. Oh, pass batted away by Rankins. Inside, Dedamore, the floater, that's blocked. Brooks Shetler, 6'4". That's going to be something we're going to see a lot today. The set three off the back of the iron, and then Volk able to get him his hands, Jack Collinson got himself the board. Set three. Quick board and then nice transition inside. Poppy can't get there, but then the nice follow from Giles.
Yeah, Giles, good job running the floor and being aware of where his teammate was trying to get that thing and was right there for the putback.
Inside, that's Volk.
Wow.
What a cut! Great play from Jack Poppy.
How about a 7-3 Doniphan-Trumbull lead early on here?
And it has been all DT so far. Inside, looking out, Roncalli. Shot a lot of threes so far, but just haven't been able to find a consistent pattern for him. Inside, Parker Volk. Quick kick out, gives it to Collinson. Collinson, the set jumper, that's blocked. You know, you got to give credit to Roncalli. That's 2 blocks for them early.
Yeah, they're going to pose a little bit of a length problem on defense. So some of those pull-up shots that Doniphan-Trumbull maybe is used to getting over guys in the C1, C2 ranks, they're going to be a little tougher to get those shots cleanly off here against Roncalli.
Rankin put up the jumper. Now that's Dedamore. Dedamore gets fouled, and that's what he was doing a lot last night, was just dribbling around, throw the word pass out the window, dribble it around and see what you can do, and Dedamore is able to kind of squeeze his way in there again. Dedamore hits his first points of the day.
Interesting of note, both fouls on Roncalli have resulted in free throws being shot by Doniphan-Trumbull. A little something to keep in mind that Cardinals doing a good job attacking the rim to draw some fouls.
Oh yeah, and in talking to Coach last night, I asked him, how do you adjust? And he told me, he was like, we went cold shooting and then we were unwilling to go inside. They're very hesitant to shoot now, and all they want to do is go inside. Quick 3 from the corner, hits the side of the backboard. That was low, Brady McGill.
Oh, a great feed from Poppy. He did a no-look over to the right side.
And then Tyson Bennett. Big time 3, and that one will fall.
Quinn Yancer nails that one down.
Yeah, it was a good bucket for him. Now a 5-point game, but Roncalli right now willing to shoot the 3-ball a lot. Jaden Williams lets one fly. He buries it.
How about that? Jaden Williams 6 early here for Doniphan-Trumbull. They're getting him the ball.
Poppy almost picks the pass off. Inside drive, blocked by Jaden Williams.
Yeah, great help.
Yeah, talk about the day that he's having so far. Inside, looking for Volk, and a kick violation on Roncalli.
Kick on Roncalli, going to stay with Doniphan-Trumbull.
So Caden Dedamore heads back in, Parker Volk heads out. Inside, they get it to Poppy. Poppy taking flight, almost got it to fall. That was a tough shot. And then the harassment by Dedamore will get him his first foul. Now, Dedamore last night, he picked up his 4th foul, and this offense kind of didn't fall apart, but they struggled. You know, the wagon wheels didn't fall off, but they surely got harder to push. And with that, Dedamore's really got to be careful. He's a big key to what they do on the ball handling side of things. He's got to be careful to keep himself out of foul trouble. Inside looking for the 3, low, Brady McGill.
Little, yeah, we got to say little because it wasn't big Brady.
Was not. It was just low Brady. Inside Dedamore, quick kick out to Poppy. Poppy, Jaden Williams, he'll drive in. He gets blocked. That's another block for Brooke Shetler. So So Rankins got himself had a nice Euro step, but then it's an even better follow that forces the 30-second timeout by DT. We'll stay right here as it's only 30 seconds. Eric, looking at this game, Roncalli's kind of clawed their way back, but it's been the 3-ball, and it was what put them behind as well. Are we going to look at another team like Elk North that's going to live and die by it?
Well, we saw Elk North hit 10, so they definitely lived by it. But, there were definitely times when if they couldn't hit a couple in a row, they were kind of struggling a little bit on offense to really score consistently. And that's probably the biggest thing is it's tough sometimes if you shoot a lot of threes to score consistently, but your ability to hit 3 in a row and make it a 9-0 run inside of a minute sometimes can really put a lot of strain on a defense.
Yeah. Well, and that's a great point, too, because a team that shoots a lot of threes, it never looks like they are scoring consistently. And it looks like they're scoring fast and loud. Volk got it at the three-point line, looking for something to do with it. Inside Dedamore, he gets blocked. Shetler, 3 blocks on the day for him. So it's going to stay DT ball. Roncalli's pleading their case.
We're going to take another look at this here and see exactly. Poppy definitely got a hand on it, but I agree. I think it was off the leg there of Christian Swift.
Poppy, ball gets knocked out by Rankins and bounces back on Poppy.
Yeah, Rankins knocked it off of Poppy's foot, same way Poppy just did.
Poppy looked just as confused as Rankins did the last time. So now we're under 50 seconds to go, now under 40 actually. Roncalli only down by 3, they could tie it here. Now 30 seconds to go. That's Christian Swift with the ball.
No shot clock here in the lower division, lower classes. Even with the Class B team for Roncalli, Doniphan-Trumbull had the option, and they opt to not have the shot clock.
Poppy. Yeah, he popped the ball out.
That's Donovan. Ooh, wait a minute. And we're going to get another look at this one. Poppy pokes it free, and then, that happened real fast.
Oh, that's close.
Well, we better get back to it. As Rankin has it blocked, gets it back, flips it at the hoop, but it will not go. And the end of the first quarter, Doniphan-Trumbull 14, Roncalli 11. We'll come back to Hastings College after this. You're watching the Heartland Hoops Holiday Classic on Strive TV.
Snow or no snow, it's always perfect weather for a new Ram from Tom Dinsdale CDJR in Hastings. During the Wrap Up the Year sales event, save 17% on all 2023 Ram 2500s. Or save $10,000 on all 2024 Ram 1500 Laramie crew cabs. Whether you're towing a trailer full of toys or just hauling home the Christmas tree, Ram's the one to get it done. So follow the sleigh bells to Tom Dinsdale CDJR on Hastings North Side.
It's thanks to you that we're where we are today. We're proud to watch these communities grow because they're our communities too. Our friends, it's where we live. These are all our hometowns. And no matter what, the people who will continue to serve your needs with the hometown support you know and trust are just down the street. Cornerstone Bank, growing together.
Second quarter action coming up now. Eric, just 3 more quarters to go here at Lynn Farrell Arena for the Heartland Hoops Holiday Classic. We thank you all for sticking around today, especially if you've been here for every game of the day.
And why wouldn't you be?
Every
game's been awesome. We've had really good games all day long.
The biggest spread has been 11 points, and that game was close up until the last minute and a half.
Yes. Yeah, really, really fun matchups. Good games, well competed.
Yes.
Every game, has its own little flavor, and we've got to see a little bit of flavor of everybody's today, I think. Good take there by Poppy, his second field goal of the contest.
Talk about flavor. If Jack Poppy had to be a spice, what do we What do we think Jack Poppy would be?
Paprika.
Pepper. That's what I was thinking. I was just thinking paprika.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he is the you know, a little paprika on the eggs, notches the eggs up a little bit. A little bit of paprika on the cheeseburger. Oh, man,
Yes.
Changes the whole profile of the thing. Jack Poppy on the floor for Doniphan-Trumbull changes the entire profile of how they play.
You are having some of the best calls of your life right now in this game, Eric. This is great.
20 years, man. I've been doing this a long time. Like,
Rankins inside, blocked. Oh, Jaden Williams.
boy, Jaden Williams thought he had one there.
Oh, let's go to the replay.
Yeah, let's take another look at this because Williams might have got a little bit of body at this because I think the hand up top was pretty, a little body there maybe. Not much, but enough for the call.
Yeah.
Rankins to shoot the 2.
Well, it's tough, too, because we're watching that in slow motion.
Right.
They're watching that as it happens, so it's not like they're able to watch it in slow motion like we are.
That's probably a better look at it from that side.
Yeah. Rankins hits one, misses the next. His first points of the day, actually. Seems like he's had more.
Yeah, I know. He's had some good looks at it, just hasn't knocked anything down.
Well, defensively, too, he's had a good day. That's a good find. Dedamore in the corner, hitting the front of the iron. Now that's Rankins pushing the pace, beats Dedamore down. Williams and Poppy making the play. You talked about his ball handling. I see why. And Parker Volkan and one.
Wow, Poppy making things happen, right? There goes Paprika up and down the floor. Gets the turnover on defense, and then the no-look cross-court.
I mean, look at his ball handling. To keep it, I mean, that ball's on a string.
You know, it's one thing to make a pass like that. You know, there's kids that make those types of passes, but they don't always get as accurate as where Poppy usually ends up throwing it. You know, it's a little off the shoulder, a little behind the head, something like that, but more often than not, Poppy's got that thing right where his teammate can do something with it. That's an important thing. Brooks picks up his second personal foul. It's the first foul this quarter against the Crimson Pride.
Swift put it up, caught a little bit of contact right at the end of it. And foul call, it's going to be a moving screen.
Nope, they do call the push on Giles.
Yes. Yeah, because Dedamore thought it was called on him, and he got sad. And
for just a second, yeah.
And Dedamore perked up and went, oh, cool. Inside, Poppy going to work, gives it to Williams. Off the front of the rim. Inside, Rankins, 2-on-1. Jaden Williams can't make the play. And
Big Brady.
Yep, Big Brady. And they're trying to trap Jack Poppy. That's a good pass in there to Volk. Volk to Poppy. Has 3 straight three-point misses for DT.
They've been good looks. They just haven't fallen.
Yeah, we saw Roncalli do this a little bit at the start of the first quarter. Rankins and a block on Dedamore. Yep. And he got popped in the mouth as well. And
yeah, Caden gets the foul and gets the worst of the contact there.
Yeah. And Dedamore would have been fine. It's just, if you watch this, a little bit too much hugging. You know, he got a little bit too close for comfort. We're still not quite out of COVID yet, Caden. We gotta stay a little bit farther away.
Well, it's just cold and flu season, period. Right?
It is. It really is. So you've had the cough drops on deck all day.
Well, that's the fisherman's friend, man. That's when you do 6 in a day, you got to have something for the throat, right?
Don't worry, I got the tea. I have to say, I've had tea on deck.
Does it stay hot all day?
Fairly. I mean, it tastes awful either way, so it doesn't really matter.
Hoosiers just got Skittles.
Yeah. It's a difference between behind the scenes and.
This guy very proud of the fact that he is caffeine free. Yet the whole bag of Skittles is gone. I mean, caffeine, sugar.
Both equally good for you.
Right. Rankin thought he had that picked.
It was
Official
close
says-
too.
says no.
It was as close as you could get without it being a pick.
Third foul on the Crimson Pride here in the second quarter. 2 whistled against Doniphan-Trumbull. Scoring pace has definitely slowed down in this period.
Yes. Yes.
A couple fouls on both teams, so the just the pace of play for the game has been a little slower. That's a nice dive, and how about Tragan Barnes showing no fear getting to the lane?
That's a great pass. That's an even better pass, though. The kick out, and it rims out. But inside, a good follow. Chasing after it, off of Rankins. Rankins catches it. And he can't finish. Oh,
wow.
Never
Had to take
mind.
it back.
yep, we're right back where we started. Roncalli's got the ball. Man, what a kind of turn of events there. Just back and forth, back and forth. Rankins goes to work. Puts it up, shot won't fall. And Collinson. So all of that for Roncalli to just head back and play in defense. Inside, they want Volk, quick handoff, and the jumper falls. So that's a couple misses. That's actually a few misses now for DT. All of them have been good looks, just haven't fallen. That's a deep, wide open 3, and Volk gets the board.
Well, Poppy about to come back onto the floor, but Poppy and Dedamore right now on the bench for Doniphan-Trumbull. So that's the speed guys to really get things going for the Cardinals. Getting a little breather here. Well, like we said, Poppy's about to come back in next dead ball.
Yeah, and what a valuable break it's been for them. It's stayed 6 points. The defense has shown through. And, you know, the offense hasn't flourished, but it stayed a 6-point game, and the clock has kept ticking. So if this is DT, you'll count your losses. That's going to be Jaden Williams called for the foul. That'll be his second. But overall, very clean game. I mean, all of these games have been. Grand Island Hastings was a little bit
That one got a
more
little
foul-y.
If we got a little sloppy in any game, it was probably that one there in that first half, especially.
Well, that was
but things kind of cleaned up in the second quarter.
And that was our only person to foul out.
How about Poppy forces a turnover on the inbounds, the errant throw from Brady McGill, as he was trying to just get it into Christian Swift, and Poppy half jumped in the lane, and the pass sailed wide of everyone.
Paprika able to make the play on Low Brady.
The spice of life.
Look at the nicknames we're coming up with this game. Dedamore, he's quick too. I mean, we talk about how quick Poppy is. Dedamore is just up there with good ball handling. Give it into Williams in the post.
Williams had that shoulder down just a little bit. And a good fallback there by Brady McGill, the big Brady, to draw the foul. And that is now 3 on Williams. Boy, that is really going to change the lineup.
Let's take a look at this. Williams inside and
you can see that shoulder and that lean in there. That's good defense.
Yes,
you know, you gotta sell that a little bit. That was a little bit of sell, but it was good defense. That was the right move on the defense there, and a good call by the official.
Well, and that's not a time to be tough either. That's a time to embellish a little bit.
Right.
And then it's a turnover on Hunter Giles, but that puts Williams on the bench with 3 fouls. That's 2 quick ones for him, and he'll sit for. I don't think you put it back in the rest of this half.
Yeah, he might be on the bench for a little bit.
Yeah. Well, you're going to need him down the stretch. I mean, this is a guy you want on the floor when things get tough.
Dedamore, has a pass picked off.
Oh. That's big Brady. I don't know if Dedamore caught one in the head or.
He's caught a few in the face today. Let's check this out. Well, he ducked anyway. I don't know if he actually caught anything in the head.
I don't know. I don't know if he caught it or not.
Yeah, it's a full timeout taken here by Doniphan-Trumbull. And while we have this break, let's do another plug for the fundraiser for Coach Feakin. former Gretna coach Brad Feakin, longtime Gretna boys basketball coach. He's actually a Hastings native. Diagnosed with a rare form of cancer back in November of 2021. Now, due to complications of that cancer, he is in need of a life-saving heart surgery. So any donations to the Feakin family would be greatly appreciated at this time. Coach has touched a lot of lives, not just as a basketball coach, as a teacher, as just a human being. So the fundraiser for Coach Feakin, scan that QR code right now on your screen to take you to the donation website, and anything that can be raised would be greatly appreciated. Thank you for Coach for supporting the fundraiser for Coach Brad Feakin.
Back out into the action now. That's Doniphan-Trumbull up by 4. They've been able to, defensively, they've held their own well. Offensively, stalled out a little bit, but you look at that, when your two best scorers take that break like we saw, that is to be expected. But defensively, they've held their own.
Yeah, certainly no reason to panic if you're Doniphan-Trumbull. Things are still there. You just got to figure out the way to get back where you were, which was getting the hands off of Roncalli. Man, Roncalli just extending and reaching at all these passes and ball handlers, as Dedamore got it from behind that time. And I tell you what, Roncalli is coming at it right now on defense.
Well, at this point, if you're Roncalli, refs are letting you play, so you test the waters, find the wall of how much can I let go. Inside, that's a good cover and a great play by Max Thompson. Saw what was going on and just closed quickly. Dedamore into Volk, quick kick out, didn't take the 3. Volk, he'll pull it.
Oh, man.
Collinson able to get himself the board. Now puts the ball back in the hands of Dedamore. Less than 2 minutes to go. Dedamore loses the ball.
Does he? No, jump ball. Actually, we'll give it to Roncalli.
Yep. Doniphan-Trumbull was doing really well when they kind of had that set half. If they were in a half court, they had a quick half court offense.
Well, yeah, Jaden Williams is on the bench too.
Yeah,
remember
yes,
the 3
yeah.
fouls. So that really does change. We talked about Poppy and Dedamore being the guys making things go.
Yeah, but
clearly Williams as an inside presence was something that Roncalli had to respect a little bit differently than what they do with him on the bench.
Oh yeah, and you just look at how much more aggressive they are. I mean, Roncalli's able to play a smothering man defense when Williams on the bench, because the reason is when Williams comes in and he gets it in the post, they usually bring down somebody else. That 3 goes up. Lil Brady letting it fly. He's got some pretty substantial points early on. Only freshman on the roster, and he leads their team with 6 points.
Right.
Poppy in the post, the kick out, and then right back inside, and a foul going to be called.
Roncalli foul number 4, Hunter Giles. His second personal foul. 13th to 14th foul of the quarter on the Crimson Tide.
Oh, and that's Lil Brady's 4th foul. Huh. Well, that's
No. He has 4 points. That's his first foul.
No, that's his 4th foul. He's got 6 points.
No. It's foul number 2 on player number 4. They called it on Giles.
Okay.
I'm like,
I was starting to freak out. I was like, no way does Lil Brady have 4 fouls. I just can't read a scoreboard, apparently. Oh, yeah, he doesn't have any fouls. It's right there.
yeah.
But less than 25 seconds to go. Let's try to forget about that and talk about that shot. Shot went up from Christian Swift. It's been the offensive boards for Roncalli that have gotten them so many opportunities. Even if they haven't made the shots, the opportunities have been there. And 5 seconds to go now. That's Dedamore. You want this in the hands of
Oh
Poppy.
boy, Swift just runs through him to take it away. And a foul on Dedamore.
Yeah, foul got called on Dedamore. That's his third foul. And again, like we said, he got in foul trouble last night, and that's when Doniphan started to struggle. Now 2 key pieces to Doniphan-Trumbull's offense are sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
Swift hits the free throw. And that's Tregan Barnes coming in. There's only one person. That was Parker Volk, but Giles hits it anyway. Or, excuse me, Swift hits it anyways. Shots heaved up, and it smokes the shot clock. But that ends half number 1. A lot of questions now for Doniphan-Trumbull with Dedamore and Williams both in some foul trouble. And Roncalli, they got a great opportunity here, and they got to keep doing what they're doing. We'll talk about that a little bit more coming up on halftime. I'm Bridger Cruz, with me, Eric Allgood, here on the Strive Sports coverage of the Heartland Hoops Holiday Classic.
Snow or no snow, it's always perfect weather for a new Ram from Tom Dinsdale CDJR in Hastings. During the Wrap-Up the Year sales event, save 17% on all 2023 Ram 2500s. Or save $10,000 on all 2024 Ram 1500 Laramie Crew Cabs. Whether you're towing a trailer full of toys or just hauling home the Christmas tree, Ram's the one to get it done. So follow the sleigh bells to Tom Dinsdale CDJR on Hastings North Side.
Sportsmanship is facing every challenge in a competition and staying respectful through it all.
Good sportsmanship goes beyond the game. It starts with respect.
Showing good sportsmanship can not only represent yourself in a good way, but also your school and your community.
Sportsmanship means playing the game the right way and treating others fair and with respect.
improved Strive mobile app for your iOS device. Never miss an event. Get updates, scores, and notifications direct to your iOS device. Download the new and improved Strive iOS app today.
Second half action coming to you guys now. I'm Bridger Cruz, with me Eric Allgood.
Yes.
Eric, there's only one more half left of this.
Yeah,
of,
right.
Of regular time.
Of regular time. This has been really good, though. Doniphan-Trumbull, they got to find a way to keep Jaden Williams on the floor.
Yeah.
Like, clearly, you know, he's got 6 points. They all came in the first quarter. But with him out of the lineup, things really got muddy and really slowed down there in that second quarter. Roncalli didn't make a huge run, but they kind of kept chipping away. If Roncalli can make a spurt, man, this thing could get crazy. Could get crazy in a hurry.
Yeah.
Can Doniphan-Trumbull, though, can they handle the pressure? Because Roncalli has really turned up the heat defensively. And it'll be interesting to see how both teams handle this second half.
I mean, we went from a soft flame to a raging bonfire in terms of intensity with Roncalli. But now, Jaden Williams, everybody back in. It's all starting lineup for both teams. And it's for Dedamore and Williams, got to be careful now. 3 fouls. If you hit 4, probably out to that fourth quarter. And if you're Roncalli, as a coach, you attack. Poppy inside, a nice lay, but he couldn't finish.
2 free throws coming for Jack, however.
Say Poppy will have his ability to finish, but even if he didn't get called, even if those free throws wouldn't have been there.
That's 3 on Giles, actually.
Yeah, that's tough. As I was saying, even if they wouldn't have called that, you had Poppy with the ball in his hand scoring. Either way, he went and followed his own shot and got it and put it right back up. He somehow got his own shot when it was in midair and finished. But Christian Swift, that was a nice floater. Just didn't fall. Did you notice nobody from Roncalli really got back on that? I mean, that was Christian Swift and that's
by himself,
it.
Yeah.
Dedamore a big 3.
Oh, great start for Doniphan-Trumbull. Just exactly what they needed to find something to get them into rhythm. Now we got a scramble play and a steal.
Dedamore back down the other end. Foul called on Rankins. And it's already a 6-point game. I mean, DT, when they score, they can score quickly. But you look at, let's say, Dedamore or Jaden Williams gets themselves their 4th foul, you see that offense almost come to a halt. So that's Poppy. Quick kick out to Volk. And Giles got it, gives it off to Swift. Hunter Giles, the 3, buries it.
Wow. He's gone for the cycle. Has a free throw, a 2, and a 3.
Now we're just looking for half court and full court.
Right. Uh-oh.
Hunter Giles, fast break down the other end. Collinson doesn't contend it. And then a foul called on Big Brady.
Yeah, Collinson got a good rebound there. Big Brady McGill with his 2nd personal foul, 2nd team foul, actually 3rd already on the Crimson Pride.
I got to credit Collinson. He went in there full bore, even like jabbed at him, and then just stopped and stood there. And that a lot of times is better defense than going out for a block. Poppy guarded by Rankins. I think Poppy was asking for something.
Asking for someone to pop up so he could hand off or get a screen or something.
Jack Poppy working inside. Kicks it out. Shots blocked. So Rankins down the other end, 2 on 4. Rankins takes it in himself. Hits the deck. Now Poppy back down on the other end. What phenomenal ball handling. Williams inside, and he's blocked. That's Brooke Shetler. You know, Shetler may not have been too big of an offensive presence, but boy, is he a defensive presence.
Yeah, he's at least redirected, if not flat out blocked, a bunch of shots, probably 5 or 6 now in the game.
My mental math, he was at 5 or 6 blocks or redirections, like you said. That's the setup play to Volk. He can't finish. Rankin's taking it inside, puts up the bucket. That's a tough shot, and he can't finish. Roncalli, I haven't seen much actual set offense from him. It's kind of just been dribble around, make something happen. Poppy inside, kicks it to Volk. Volk the set three. Bang! 31-25, a 6-point game again for Doniphan-Trumbull. And Rankin's traveled with it.
By my count, incredibly unofficial. 8 turnovers for Roncalli in the game.
Yeah. Now I think if you're Roncalli, call timeout. You got 5 left. Call one here, and maybe you don't even say anything. Maybe you just go, hey, let's take a deep breath.
Right.
We're fine. You know, you start this game only down by 1. You're down by 6.
You know, the pace, though, it's not frantic on either end of the floor, right?
No.
So it's more about, hey, you know, keep up the intensity on defense because you've forced Doniphan-Trumbull into some weird plays.
Yeah.
And yet the Cardinals athletic enough to be able to recover so far.
Yeah, and you got to live with that at some point. Jack Poppy, that's a good lay-in. Shetler couldn't get there.
Used his body to shield off the defender and then finish with the right hand. Really good job there.
And he's a sophomore.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Christian Swift.
Nearly traveled with it.
Yeah. And then he was looking for the ref to hit the 3.
He was. Brian Shaw has hit some threes in his time.
Oh, yeah.
But he is no longer eligible.
Well, he might still have a COVID year.
He might. His kids are pretty good, though.
Where do his kids go to school again?
Sandy Creek.
Sandy Creek, yes,
Where Brian and all of the Shaws have originated.
Well, I knew the Shaw. I heard the Shaw name somewhere. I just didn't know. Just couldn't remember which school. That's a good bucket. Big Brady able to get one to fall. Big Brady's only got 2 fouls, 4 points now. I should make that 5 points. And 6.
Free throws have been good, though. Roncalli is 7 of 10 at the free throw line, and Doniphan-Trumbull is 6 of 7.
Yeah, so overall, and Doniphan-Trumbull struggled shooting free throws last night, but tonight hasn't been much of a struggle. So fast break down, Big Brady.
I'll tell you what, went right at Jaden Williams, and Jaden did a good job not fouling, but still able to contest it pretty well.
Oh, yeah, he still made it tough. Dump out, Parker Volk finishes.
That was a great feed there from Barnes.
And Roncalli right now, it's defensively maybe the intensity's got to step up a little bit, but offensively they're doing things well.
Out of bounds.
Hunter Giles stepped out. So Jake Collinson coming in for Parker Volk. Those two just go hand in hand with each other. It's almost a little bit of tandem.
Yep, there he's hot.
Yeah. Stepped out of bounds. We do love this replay system. This makes it so much better.
It is fun.
Even Hoosier's over here loving it. That's what his fully eaten bag of Skittles says. Poppy going to work. Can't finish, gets his own board, and he's headed to the line. Jack Poppy's one of those guys that you don't know how he always has the ball, but he just does. Just always has the ball, always making plays.
Well, he's got good length. He understands, like, this is going to sound weird. He understands where his body is in relation to everyone else. Like,
yes.
Like, you know,
spatial awareness.
Spatial awareness is like just a thing, right? Some people have it in droves, and some people are just like, not.
Yeah.
You know, when I step into the kitchen, try to cook, I have none of it.
Well, yeah, and it's something you can't teach either. It's just you either have it or you don't.
Now, if you measure everything out ahead of time and lay it out, I can dump it into the bowl. But if you just turn me loose and say go, it's tough.
That's a tough and one. Christian Swift headed to the line.
Christian Swift's basket is good. Cardinal foul number 20, Tregan Barnes, his second personal.
That's Tregan Barnes picked up the foul. I was kind of holding my breath. I didn't know if that was going to be if Williams or Dedamore were over there.
No, so I think that's what you got to do. You got Dedamore and Swift each with 3 fouls. You've got Williams with 3. Or sorry, you got Dedamore has 3, and Williams, but they both have 3. So you got to put a guy like Barnes on Swift. That's probably not the matchup you would want if you're Doniphan-Trumbull, but fouls are negating that or forcing that hand, really.
Talk about a phenomenal pass in spatial awareness. Poppy had that ball for all of maybe half a second, and it was right back out to Jane Williams. Hunter Giles, Christian Swift. Swift keeps his hands on it, but not for long. Dedamore takes it now to Collinson. Fast break down the other end. Inside a Euro step. Rolls around the rim and falls out. So now 1:40 left to go. Roncalli basketball again. Only down by 7. Christian Swift dumps it inside. Yep. That's going to be a travel.
10 turnovers for the Pride tonight.
Yeah, it's Quinn Yancey. Yancey wasn't ready for it. And I think he'd have been ready for it, but Swift was jumping almost into him.
Right, yeah. Swift got a little misdirected when he took off there. I think if Swift goes right, he probably has more of a shot to just lay it up himself. Instead, he kind of came left and tried to pass it. And, that everything was a little bit out of sorts there.
So now full court press and just throw it all the way down. Outside Dedamore, the 3. No good for Dedamore, so 1:15 left. Swift takes it up the court. Giles, that's the second time he stepped on that line. But that time, I'm going to be honest, that's good defense by Tyson Bennett.
Yep.
Bennett forced him to that corner to even catch the ball.
We're going to get another good look at this. Just, pretty clearly out of bounds.
Yeah.
We got a whole half a foot out of there.
Again, understanding that corner 3, it's a tight spot. Bennett skip pass to Poppy. We're under a minute to go in this third quarter. A 7-point game, 3-possession lead for Doniphan-Trumbull. I tell you what, either Dedamore or Williams picks up that 4th foul, this game almost automatically could flip into Roncalli's favor.
Well, it would change it for sure, but, Doniphan-Trumbull's done a really good job having them on the floor without asking them to do a lot.
Yes. Brooke Shetler called for the foul.
That is number 3 on Shetler, so that's the big shot blocker that has really redirected some stuff inside. He now has 3 fouls for Roncalli.
So that's Giles and Shetler, both with 3. And 5 fouls on the Crimson Pride. So that puts Collinson at the line. And they have been great from the free throw line tonight.
You're going to make me add that all up. Well, they haven't missed in the second half, and which makes them 9 of 10 at the free throw line for the game.
Which is 90%. I can do that math for
hey,
you.
There you go.
Yeah, I can do that.
It's that public school education. Well, not anymore.
Yeah. Christian Swift down the other end. Ball rims out.
13 seconds to go in the third.
Now 10 seconds. Ball's in Poppy's hands. He's the best one to make something happen. Swift, that's good defense. Poppy
Real good.
Makes a play. Shetler throws it down.
Ooh.
And that ends quarter number 3, 39-31, an 8-point lead for Doniphan-Trumbull Both teams still very much in this game, and we'll head to a break. I'm Bridger Cruz, with me, Eric Allgood, here on Strive Sports coverage of the Heartland Hoops Holiday Classic.
Limitless. When you believe there's no limit to what you can achieve. You come to Midland for an education, but you will leave with so much more. We're a small campus with big opportunities, and whatever you need, we'll help you succeed. At Midland, it's your future, your way, with our support every day. Midland University. It's bold, it's an experience, it's family, it's limitless.
It's thanks to you that we're where we are today. We're proud to watch these communities grow because they're our communities too. Our neighbors, our friends, it's where we live. These are all our hometowns. And no matter what, the people who will continue to serve your needs with the hometown support you know and trust are just down the street. Cornerstone Bank, growing together.
Final quarter of regulation coming to you from Lynn Farrell Arena. Eric, one of the last times we'll be able to say that today, as this is the last game of the day. I'm Bridger Cruz, with me, Eric Allgood. And this game's still anybody's game. Only an 8-point lead for Doniphan-Trumbull, but the adjustments that Doniphan-Trumbull made. And again, just like that, it's a good tough bucket for Rankins, but also for Dettamore to not pick up that foul. And 2 quick buckets. That's big Brady McGill. And now it's a 4-point game. That full court press giving Doniphan-Trumbull some problems. Inside now, Jack Poppy. No look pass. Parker Volk finishes it off, but behind the head. Man, Poppy is gonna have a full highlight reel from this game.
Yeah, Volk's got 12 points in the game now. Offensive foul. Good job by Dettamore. Sticking in there, selling it a little bit. Rankins got into him.
Yep. Well, and that's the same thing that we saw. Was that Jane Williams' fourth foul or third foul?
Yes.
Yes. I'll say it's the same call.
Yep, that was big Brady McGill. We'll take another look at it here. Yep, just had the shoulder and the timing of the bump. That was good defense, though.
Yeah. That's something that Dettamore's practiced, too. For that timing, he's practiced that. Inside, they want Volk again. Right back to Poppy. Poppy the 3. Kaboom!
Jaden Williams knew that shot was going down as soon as he passed it right back to Poppy. Great ball movement.
Quick spin, Rankins the kick out. Big Brady off the front of the iron. And Shetler. One off him, and now it's a 9-point game again, 44-35. Jane Williams, ball got popped out. Big Brady got his hands on it. So now back down the other end. Inside, Big Brady going to work on Williams. Dishes it to Shetler, and Shetler can't connect. So they give it to Williams. Williams able to just dribble himself down the court. Deep 3 for Poppy off the front of the iron. Man, this place would have went nuts if he hit 2 in a row. Hunter Giles. It's an air ball. Rankins now taking it in.
Stepped out of bounds.
Yep. I will say, I like how this reffing crew's done this. You talk about consistency.
Yeah.
This is the best, consistent game I've seen reffed. I mean, really all the games today.
About as physical of a game, too. But
yes.
The refs, you're right, they've been consistent. When on the couple block charge calls, they've been consistent in what they've called there.
Well, a lot of these calls, they've been very consistent.
Yep.
And no ref has to call everything. Actually, we do not want that to happen ever.
Right.
But
and if my count is right, and I think it is, that is his 4th personal foul on Hunter Giles.
Yeah, and Hunter Giles, he did not want. That's tough for him. He's got to be careful. He's got 6 points for him, but all of them have come at big moments. And we'll see little Brady come in for him. And the next dead ball. Jack Poppy, Dedamore sets for the 3 off the front of the rim. Now rebound out Rankins. Rankins, Christian Swift. Swift just lays it in. Jane Williams has got it. DT doing a good job staying patient when they're trying to break that press. A press is designed to speed you up. And Rankins called for the foul.
And that is number 4.
Yep. And I think for Rankins there, it's a little bit of a frustration foul as well. Like, nothing's working right now, but they're only down 7. I mean, it's not. Roncalli's very much in this game. Inside, they want Williams, lob it to Poppy.
Wow.
He got up.
A great cut. Great
Holy
finish.
Cow. Rankins inside, guarded by Dedamore. And Big Brady has an avenue in the lane. 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here. But Poppy, that's a big jump. I mean, watch this replay. Watch him get up.
Yeah, he was right on top of that thing. And great timing on the pass to Williams, and then for Williams to leave it baseline. Like, if that pass, if Williams just catches and lays it right away, it's too far in front of Poppy.
Yeah.
He probably doesn't catch it quite as smooth. But he caught it and held it for a split second and then left it on the floor. And that let Poppy get that extra step to it, and Jack able to finish there at the rim.
I tell you what, if there's one less defender there, he dunks that.
Oh, yeah.
I
think so, too.
I mean, he had all of his fingers over the rim. I don't know how I would have reacted, but I might have blown a few TV speakers if he'd have dunked that on 2 guys. I can tell you that.
4 timeouts remaining for Roncalli and 3 remaining for Doniphan-Trumbull if they need them as we go through the rest of this game.
Poppy catches it, but it's a travel. Yeah. And,
they didn't get that dribble down quite quick enough.
And him and Collinson almost crossed each other. I think Poppy got scared. Collinson wasn't going to be able to grab it, so he came in, and then, yeah, feet went down, and then it was a quick one after that. Got to put the ball down first.
8 turnovers against Doniphan-Trumbull in the game. 7-point Cardinal lead.
Lil Brady.
Wow.
Not so little from the 3-point line.
That's a pretty big one right there. His 3rd 3 of the game. Makes it a 4-point contest with 4:20 to go. And a timeout as the 5-second inbound clock was winding down. Coach Kellen Burr gets the 30-second timeout there.
And with this, Roncalli right back in this game. But Little Brady, we call him that. We might have to find a new nickname for him. The only freshman on the roster, and he's got 3 threes, and that one coming to put him back within 4.
We'll have to call him Big Shot Brady here in a little bit.
Big Shot Brady. I like that. I mean, he's made some big plays. Now, granted, he's a freshman and he's 5'9", so he's not going to wow you around the rim. But I think he's that guy that defense will kind of forget about. You know, if he just sits around that volleyball line for a little while and comes in, he can get some big shots.
Doniphan-Trumbull in the white, Roncalli in their, I guess we should say crimson. I said maroon earlier. Duh, it should be crimson, right? Crimson Pride.
What is the difference between crimson and maroon? Other than the name?
The letters used in the words?
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. The press hounding the Cardinals here. Good pass to Dedamore up ahead. Now a chance to break it with a layup and a big swat.
And Shetler. That'll be his 4th.
Yep.
So
Shetler, Rankins, and Giles all have 4 fouls for Roncalli, and Big Brady McGill with 3.
Foul trouble starting to, I want to say it's plaguing Roncalli yet because it hasn't changed how they've been playing. But
it hasn't yet, but it
will.
Might now.
Yeah. Say Shetler with 4 will change. It could change how he plays. I could see him being the kind of guy that it doesn't change how he plays. Christian Swift's got it, guarded by Poppy. Swift had a look at a 3, but there's no need to pull something that quick. You're only halfway through this fourth quarter. Swift inside, kicks it out. Big shot, Brady. I do like the sound of that name. He didn't hit it, but I like the sound of it. And then a foul called. As that foul will be on big shot Brady. That's only his first foul. So if anybody had to foul,
it's his first, but it's the 5th team foul on Roncalli in the fourth quarter. So free throws the rest of the way for Doniphan-Trumbull. The Cardinals have not been whistled for a foul in the fourth quarter.
Well, in looking at how much that's changed, that first half, we thought for a while of, oh boy, Roncalli might run him out of the gym because Doniphan's got some foul troubles. 0 fouls in that fourth quarter, and Dedamore and Williams played most of that third quarter, if not all of it, and didn't pick up that fourth foul.
Nary a miss at the free throw line in the second half as well. Actually, one miss, I guess.
One miss.
So that's a 9 of 10 in the second half so far at the free throw line for Doniphan-Trumbull.
That's something. Big Brady, big bucket.
Man.
30-second timeout taken by the Crimson Pride. They'll have 3 timeouts left after this, but Roncalli keeps themselves in it with these set plays for threes.
They do, and keep hitting them, right? Now that's both Brady McGill's with a 3 here in the fourth quarter. 5-point lead for Doniphan-Trumbull because the Cardinals just keep making those little plays, and they keep getting themselves to the free throw line and converting at the free throw line.
Yeah.
Best free throw shooting team we've seen all day today has been these Cardinals.
Which is crazy because, like I said yesterday, when they were trying to make their way back into this game, could not hit the broadside of a barn from the free throw line.
Right.
But one sleeves difference, and Doniphan-Trumbull is lights out from the free throw line. And it's going to become important, really important in this last little bit of this game. So timeout taken by Roncalli. They trail by 5. And DT at this point, I feel like they're pretty content. Get ahead by 7, stall out a little bit, then keep themselves going. Obviously, they'd like to get this lead up a little bit more, but
yeah, Roncalli going to do everything they can to get Doniphan-Trumbull sped up.
Yes. Inside. Oh, Collinson, too wide open.
Too good of a pass from Poppy.
Christian Swift off the back iron. Shetler inside. Shetler can't finish. And then Collinson gets it off to Poppy. Poppy gets it to Dedamore, but costly misses. And foul called on Low Brady.
That's going to put Dedamore to the free throw line.
Yep. That's not the guy you want there either if you're Roncalli.
Yeah, Caden only has 5 tonight. Couple of free throws in the first quarter, and then a 3 in the third quarter. So only 5 points, but it's been a good chunk of minutes despite the 3 fouls that he had in the first half.
You know, looking at it, would you want any of them at the free throw line?
Not really.
Usually, some teams like, okay, we want him at the free throw line because he cannot hit a free throw to save his life.
Right.
But it's all these guys tonight. It's been no, we don't want any of them. Well, if you'll take that. You'll take a 1 for 2 with how well they shot tonight. Swift kicks it to Giles. Giles in open lane. And gravity is so mean to Roncalli in this last little bit. Poppy just dribbling it out. So now 2:34 left. Doniphan-Trumbull, I don't know if you're at the point in the game where you can start getting content to be a little bit more relaxed. I think you got to keep going.
No, you guys still got to look at the hoop. You're looking for good shots. You're certainly not rushing anything. Yeah. But you're not done looking for shots if you're Doniphan-Trumbull right now.
I say, and no need you need to play rush, but you do need to play aggressive.
And I tell you what, you don't need to play rush, but you need to play quick because Roncalli is they're coming at everything. They're going to be reaching and scratching and clawing at this thing. So you're going to need to still play quick.
Poppy kick out to Dedamore. Dedamore won't take the three.
Yeah, good turn down there.
Yep. So you didn't need to take that shot. Now Jane Williams dribbles out of trouble, gives it to Poppy. Poppy from three.
Whoa!
54-45, a 9-point game, less than 2 minutes to go. Shetler a deep three. Kaboo! Shetler doing a good job returning, and we're back to a 6-point game. And that will do things until after the timeout, a full timeout. We'll take a break right with the teams.
Limitless. When you believe there's no limit to what you can achieve. You come to Midland for an education, but you will leave with so much more. We're a small campus with big opportunities, and whatever you need, we'll help you succeed. At Midland, it's your future, your way, with our support every day. Midland University. It's bold, it's an experience, it's family, it's limitless.
Pump up your day.
Pump up my day.
Pump up my day.
Pump up my day.
With Pumped Up Rewards, you can save big on every gallon of gas just by fueling up, and even more by visiting our stores.
Do I have to?
No, to sign up, it's automatic.
Okay, good.
Sign up today at pumpkinpantry.com.
Minute 52 to go. Roncalli and Shetler. Talk about a big-time answer. Poppy hit a corner three. Shetler hit one from the NBA line.
Well, he hit it from the R in Broncos, right? Anything you could do, I could do from farther away.
That's what Roncalli's trying to do here. But Roncalli, at this point, they got to start being trendsetters. Got to go out and get buckets and not try to just do it off of returning it from DT. Dadamore's got it. Foul called on Swift.
That's the first on Swift, and Dedamore back to the free throw line. He just went 1 for 2. Just the second miss of the second half.
Yeah.
Last time down for Doniphan-Trumbull.
At the line, shooting 2 for Doniphan-Trumbull is number 2, Katie Dedamore.
Dedamore hits the first. That makes it a 7-point game. And this is where Doniphan-Trumbull can slowly start to kind of just leak all the water out of the boat, or almost fill the boat with water. No, not on this free throw. I'm saying like at the free throw line. That's what I was meaning. I'm saying at the free throw line.
All right, we got to work on the analogies.
Yeah, I
don't know what we're doing. I don't even know what we're doing with a boat right now.
Okay, they've been decent all day. That one was a stretch, and I just didn't know where to go.
All right.
Yeah.
Long day, I get it.
It's been a long day. Shetler can't finish the spot up corner three. So now minute 30 to go. Williams got it, just dribbles it away. And foul called on Big Brady. That's his fourth. So now minute 28. With all these starters with 4 fouls, if things get tough.
Giles, Rankins, Shetler, and Big Brady McGill, all with 4 fouls for Doniphan-Trumbull.
So at this point now it's a 9-point game. But if you're DT and you get into a position where they have to foul, there's a lot of dudes to run at that you can force to foul.
Man, the free throw shooting for Doniphan-Trumbull continues to be just phenomenal here in the second half.
Swift and in one bucket. Poppy going to be calling for the foul. He's got 21.
He does. He's got 11 in the fourth quarter, does Poppy.
Holy cow. But from what I've watched of Poppy, he'll get his buckets when he needs to, but I mean, he's pretty content just passing the ball and getting his teammates points, but when he needs to go out there and get buckets, he can get buckets. Swift hits his second.
Converts the and one, makes it a 7-point game with 1:21 to go.
That's Parker Volk with the ball. And now they get it to Poppy. Foul called on Giles.
That's 5.
And that'll do it for him. Like we talked about, so many dudes with 4 fouls, you get to the point where you don't really have that guy that doesn't have them. I said you bring in Lil Brady, and now I think you tell him that he has to be the one to foul.
Well, Shetler's back in as well. He's got 4 fouls. Rankins has 4 fouls. Big Brady McGill has 4 fouls. So, yeah, Lil Brady, big shot Brady, if you will, he's the only one out there with 2.
Yeah. So he's got to be the one to. So, really, if you're DT, you just run away from number 2?
I think so.
Yeah. Up by 8. Just 8. Poppy missed his free throw.
Still a lot of time left. This one isn't over by any means,
No.
but you feel good if you're Doniphan-Trumbull, that's for sure.
Shetler, a good follow. And now a 6-point game. And then a foul called. At least it's Swift. Swift's only got 2 as well.
Yep.
So I was waiting for it to be called on Big Brady, and then that ended his night, but nope, just the second foul on Christian Swift. So you got 2 guys that can foul. Poppy hits his first. And Poppy hits his second as well.
Doniphan-Trumbull is 11 of 13 at the free throw line here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
That is going to win you a lot of basketball games.
Yeah. Williams gets the rebound. They're just playing keep away at this point. Williams gets it to Dedamore. Dedamore holds it up. 40 seconds to go.
Now you're not looking at the hoop. You're waiting for those fouls to come.
Yes, you are. And especially at this point, you're up by 8. 40 seconds left. If you go by 10, I'm not saying the game's over, but the window of opportunity for Roncalli is tight.
Yeah.
Especially 2 timeouts left. You say you got 3 or 4. That gives you a little bit more of an opportunity, but not much. So now, let's say Dedamore hits his second. That's 3 threes that you're going to need. And one of them's got to come off a steal because you can't rely on the timeout. So he hits his second, so that's got to be the game plan now. You got to have a quick 3 here. Swift to Giles. Giles.
Oh, Shetler, long bomb.
Yeah, that was Shetler, not Giles. So Shetler. And what's tough is you can't blame him for that shot. I mean, 40 seconds to score 9 points, you needed that shot. That was the best shot you were going to get in the time that you had. Parker Volk inside. They give it to Jaden Williams, and then Big Brady will head to the bench.
Yep. 15 points for Brady McGill. That's the big Brady McGill.
At the line for Doniphan-Trumbull, number 44.
Have Jaden Williams. What's crazy is the first time we started talking about foul trouble was Dedamore and Williams. And they've played the entire second half without picking one up.
Yep.
Talk about an adjustment. Coming into the game now for Roncalli, that's Jacob Brown.
In for the Crimson Pride, number 24, Jacob Brown.
It's Jaden Williams. He's got 10 points. And that's 11 for 14, correct? From the free throw line.
Yes.
Yes. Only 3 misses. And I mean, you scored 12 points in the 4th quarter just from free throws. Big shot, Brady, and rebound out Rankins. So Rankins.
Go.
An and 1 bucket. And Parker Volk picked up the foul. So if he hits this, I struggle saying Roncalli's back in this, but I say they
that
needed.
would have been big.
They needed that. That would have been big. But foul's called on Lil Brady. That's his third foul.
Roncalli foul to Brady McGill, his third personal foul. At the line, shooting 2 for Doniphan-Trumbull, number 44, Jaden Williams.
Jane Williams hits his first. So now I think we can say that this one, yeah. Roncalli, you got to give it to him. They hung in there till the very end of this. And defensively, I didn't think they did too bad of a job. Rankins buries the bucket. It's now a 7-point game. He's got 2 back-to-back threes.
Who was that?
Rankins. Full timeout taken. We'll stay right here with them. Okay, so 5 seconds left, down by 6. What are you? I don't know.
You know, it's not. You got a timeout, so you can't stop the clock.
But it's only one time.
Right.
So, actually, this game would be over because actually no, because they have that timeout.
Right.
So if they bury a 3, call a timeout.
So they have to foul really without the clock starting.
Yes.
You got to hope for 2 missed free throws. You got to get a shot inside of 5 seconds that goes for 3, get the timeout, and then you got to get some sort of steal and 3 as well.
Yeah.
The odds are not in your favor.
No. But it's not impossible. Not impossible, but highly unlikely.
Doniphan-Trumbull basketball.
Jane Williams passing the ball in. Long pass to Poppy. Poppy inside. Christian Swift, the hard foul. But he went for the ball.
Yeah, he did.
There's no reason to call it an intentional. He went for the ball.
Nope.
That'll be his 4th foul. That puts Jack Poppy at the line. But I think with 2.7, I think that does it.
That probably does it.
Yeah, that'll do her. So Doniphan-Trumbull will close this one out here on the free throw. Now a 6-point game. And Rankins with the last second shot. And that will end our night, Eric. Doniphan-Trumbull takes the win 67-59 to bounce back from losing last night to Central City. They get a win over a good Class B team in Omaha, Roncalli.
Yeah, a really good team win. Obviously, Poppy's really good, right? 17 in the 4th quarter, 27 for the game for Jack Poppy. But the free throw shooting, 17 of 21 for Doniphan-Trumbull in the 4th quarter when the game was 39-31 going to the 4th, right? I mean, we're talking, hey, you got to do your job, do your thing, and Doniphan-Trumbull did tonight. That was just awesome to see. We mentioned Poppy with the 27. Caden Dedamore ends up with 9. Jack Collinson with 1. Tragan Barnes with 2. Tyson Bennett with 2. Parker Volk had 14 points. And Jaden Williams.
13.
13 points.
Yep. Ended with 13.
Big shot, Brady McGill, 9 points for Roncalli. Hunter Giles fouled out with 6 points. Christian Swift had 9. Zarion Rankins, he got a couple threes there in the 4th quarter late. That's 6 and 8, and 2 more is 10 points for Zarion. 7 for Brooks Shetler, and 3 from Quinn Yancer, and 15 from Brady McGill. So that is going to do it for us today. 6 games in the books from the Holiday Hoops Classic. Congratulations to all the teams. Let's run down the scores for all the games today. Game 1, Shelton knocking off Osceola, 2 of the top 3 teams in Class D2. Shelton comes back to win it 68-66. They got 23 points from Ashton Simmons. 31, that's the daytime high for Cale Gustafson in the loss for Osceola. Game 2, Elkhorn North survives over Hastings St. Cecilia 54-51. Elkhorn North got 23 points from Nike Orgevold in the victory. In Game 3, Adams Central knocked off Cross County 50-45. A 3 with 6 seconds left by Decker Shestack was the difference. A couple free throws with like 0.4 on the clock, but essentially Shestack's score was the game winner. He finished with 10 points in the ball game. Then our fourth game of the day, Central City and GICC, close throughout. GICC has the lead by 10 going to the fourth quarter, but Central City outscores the Crusaders 22-8 in the fourth and final quarter. They got 15 points from Coulter Looters, and Central City improves to 6-1 on the season, 47-43 over GICC. Gish beats Hastings 50-39, 28 points in the win for Makati Makoma, and 13 in the loss for Caden Block for Hastings. And then the game you just saw, Jack Poppy with 27 to lead the way for Doniphan-Trumbull over Roncalli, 67-59, your final count. Bridger, you have 30 seconds. Wrap this thing up, dude.
30 seconds to wrap this up. Well, thank you for everybody tuning in. You know, we appreciate all you guys. For our production staff, Jackson, Hoosier, Tripp, Mason, Eric, and then myself, Bridger Cruz. Guys, it's been a great day of basketball. Stick around. The bigger event is coming in February. And to close this thing out, my name is Bridger Cruz. Tell somebody you love them and have a good rest of your night.